on 90.
It's time for the 420 Radio News, covering the latest headlines in consumer cannabis, medical marijuana, and industrial hemp. Transcripts of 420 Radio News are available daily on our website at 420radio.org. Now, here's Russ Belville with your marijuana headlines in 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
This is your 420 Radio News for Friday, September 26, 2014. By the narrowest and most unreliable of margins, Oregonians today back legalizing recreational marijuana 44% to 40%, according to the latest Survey USA poll conducted for K2 TV in Portland. The ballot initiative, known as Measure 91, has a majority of support only among the youngest voters, age 18 to 34, who often are the least likely to turn out in a midterm election. Among seniors, Measure 91 is opposed by 28 points. The more seniors who vote, the less likely 91 will pass. Voters aged 50 to 64 support legalization by 13 points, but 19% in that age group are undecided. Voters aged 35 to 49 support it by 11 points. The younger the electorate, the more likely Measure 91 will pass. Legalization is backed by 66% of liberals, 55% of Democrats, 54% of independents, 44% of moderates. By contrast, legalization is opposed by 72% of conservatives and 67% of Republicans. A U.S. marijuana advocacy group took steps Wednesday to begin raising money for a campaign to legalize recreational pot use in California in 2016, a move with potential to add a dose of extra excitement to the presidential election year. The Marijuana Policy Project filed paperwork with the California Secretary of State's office, registering a campaign committee to start accepting and spending contributions for a pot legalization initiative on the November 2016 state ballot, the group said. The measure would be similar to those passed in 2012 by voters in Colorado and Washington, the first U.S. states to legalize commercial sales of marijuana to all adults over 21. The Washington, D.C.-based group has also established campaign committees to back legalization measures in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Nevada in 2016. How much pot is smoked in Spokane? There may be a way to tell by studying human waste in the city's sewage system to determine THC levels, according to the ACLU, which proposed the idea to Spokane's marijuana subcommittee. The group wants to know how much pot is being smoked and thinks some won't tell the truth on a survey. The idea of testing sewer water is not too far-fetched. At this point, it's not quite clear if this will happen in Spokane. City officials say the wastewater treatment plant manager is looking into whether or not labs can test for THC, and if they can, would it be feasible to do so? This isn't the first time mass drug testing has been used. Similar monitoring has been performed in several European cities. One of the major benefits is that, unlike surveys, it's cheap. 100 milliliters of sewer water are all that's needed for a lab analysis. 2 more state-licensed marijuana stores are scheduled to open soon in Seattle, but their launches could be muted by supply issues that continue to dog the local retail marijuana industry. The owner of Uncle Ike's Pot Shop, Ian Eisenberg, said his company will start serving customers next week at 23rd and Union. Meanwhile, Oltian Hyseni, the owner of Ocean Greens, said his company is preparing for a grand opening on October 18th. Both proprietors said short supply of pot is now their biggest obstacle. Eisenberg said he will have a couple of pounds in his store, but was reticent to publicize an opening date for fear of long lines. Hyseni, a real estate agent who emigrated from Albania 14 years ago, said he is working to secure product. Quote, "I was raised under an oppressive regime," he said. "I'm very happy to be a part of Seattle history." End quote. Some of the imported hemp seeds detained by U.S. Customs officials in the spring turned into 10-foot-tall plants that were harvested Tuesday on a research plot in Kentucky, where marijuana's non-intoxicating cousin has gained a foothold as a potential cash crop. Hemp's reintroduction was delayed in the spring when hemp seeds imported from Italy were detained by U.S. Customs officials in Louisville. The state's agriculture department sued the federal government, and the seeds were released after federal drug officials approved a permit. Part of the once-detained shipment ended up being planted May 27th at the University of Kentucky. Hemp's comeback started with the new federal farm bill. It allows state agricultural departments to designate hemp pilot projects for research and developments in states such as Kentucky that allow hemp growing. This has been your 420 Radio News for Friday, September 26, 2014. I'm Russ Belville.